Alright you guys, welcome back to another video. This video is happening sooner than I thought I would. I know in the last video we kind of just talked about the new shop. Well, we got the keys a little earlier than expected, and I just did the walkthrough with the previous tenants. We got the keys, it's official. So I wanted to roll the camera now while I was literally in the moment of it, in the thick of it. A very surreal moment, very surreal. A lot of things brought us to this exact moment in time. So before we go any farther, I just want to say shout out to you guys. Big thank you to everyone who's been watching the videos over the last 9, going on 10 years now. If that didn't just sink in, let me say it again. 10 years. When we first started this, when I moved out of my parents' house and ended up getting a shop, it was a little 1,400 square foot, straight little hole in the wall, and I thought that was the craziest thing in the world. And if I could go back to that 10 years younger TJ and tell him about today, I don't think you'd believe it, and that wouldn't be possible without you guys. So just want to give a little thank you. This is a very, very important day. But here we are at the new shop. This is the new building. In the past, we've been in shared unit spaces, and then we moved into a shop with Throttle and shared space with them, and that was in a larger complex. This is a free-standing building, over 9,000 square foot, with our own fenced-in yard, our own damn parking lot. We leveled up, boys. I'm gonna keep this video pretty raw. I'm gonna just show you a little bit of the space that we have here. So as you can see behind me, there's a damn parking lot, bro. There's a damn parking lot. That's how big this place is. It's not like a shared commercial space like it's the Hunt & Co building. The OG Hunt quarters like is literally taking flight, standing on his own 2 feet. A dream that I never thought was possible. Again, a lot of emotions today. Let's start with what is probably the most important thing about this whole entire building. Tom, why don't you come stand right here? Stand right here, get nice and low and look directional. We have to get all of our cars up this driveway. It's kinda, I just got the Mark IV up it. It's kinda tight, but we have our own entrance. We have our own entrance. So you do a little angle job up here. Just 3-wheel a little bit, turn right. Oh, look at this. Back in the shop, it's fenced off. Can't go back there, sorry. And you're greeted with 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 different parking spots. This gives us the ability to potentially do like a cars and coffee event or like an open house event and host car things and have all of our sponsors on display. Like, oh dude, when I was looking at this building and I was like trying to like go crazy, not go crazy, I was trying to just get us in a new spot. When I saw the dedicated parking lot, my mind just went a million miles an hour with the type of like ideas that we could do with that. Before we go in and we start showing all the space, this is a risk. As a business owner, you take risks. They're calculated, but it's a risk. This is one of the largest financial investments I've made towards what we do. Building cars, filming them, doing Hunt & Co. I'm just really proud of that. I'm really proud that we were able to get to where we are and get the team to utilize this whole entire space. And I will be honest with you guys, and I talk about this all the time. One of my favorite quotes I used to always talk about was, he who says he can and he who says he can't are usually both right. And I've been living off of that sentence for years now. And another one I used to really like, don't quote me on this, but the quote went something like, fear is often disguised as practicality. And when I think about moving into a space like this, and it's a little bit scary because I'm like, damn, like this is, you know, a pretty big investment, and we're leasing this space. We didn't buy the building. California's crazy. That's a big monthly expense. But when you look at it, and I really sat down and thought about it, about what we could do to combine all the spaces and have everyone in the same home, just the creative powerhouse we'd be able to have here, I think it was worth it. And I remembered that quote, and it really stuck with me. So the place right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, is pretty gross. Over the next 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, we're gonna be doing improvements on the inside and on the outside. So as we walk through this, it wasn't, I wouldn't say the best condition. I mean, a lot of the walls here have these just like nails and screws, and all the white walls have brown scuffs, and all these doors have brown scuffs on here, and for some reason they painted the walls sky blue over there. It's not pretty, but that's gonna be one of the cool parts over the next few weeks. I'll be giving update videos. We have people coming in here tomorrow at 8 a.m. to start painting, doing some slight demo work, doing some additions. So I'm excited to show you guys that process, but we'll start with the east side of the office. And I don't know what the layout's gonna be yet. So you walk in, you have a lobby area, which I don't quite know what we're gonna do. It's pretty big. And I don't know what we're gonna do with the space yet, but I got a lot of room here. This room, prime example, disgusting.
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Pretty bad. We'll probably be adding some sort of kitchen break room area because again, we're gonna have pretty much all the car shop side of what we do in this facility, which there's 5 of us. Then we're also gonna have the Hunt & Co side as well. So this area will be a lunch and break room for almost 10 people. So it needs to have space for a big lunch table, a little break room with a couch. We'll probably be adding like a little kitchenette area there. So that's what this room I think is gonna be. Who knows, we might watch this video in a month and be like, damn, we said we were gonna do this and we ended up not doing that. Highlighting how beautiful these walls are. And the roof, I think we're gonna paint the roof too. Kinda gross, kinda gross. Moving on to another room. Keep in mind, the spot that we're in right now that we share with Throttle, me, Anthony, Dylan, and I don't know, I guess like Calvin sometimes, all share one office room that's this big. That new space that we're in right now that you guys are currently watching the videos, that was always a placeholder until we like knew we were moving out, because we knew that we were gonna be moving out at the end of January in 2024, and that was a placeholder. So like we're finally gonna have the office space we need, we're finally gonna have space to be alive. I think this is gonna be my office.
This is the presidential suite, to be honest.
All right, look, there's windows. Twan loves this room because there's windows.
Dude,
and they can open them up. It's like a panoramic.
So cool.
It's nice, but Twan just farted.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That I think will be my office. I think this might be Twan's editing room. I'm not quite sure. I think that's what it's gonna be. This will be communal room, I guess. Do I show him the warehouse yet?
Nah, get the other side.
We'll wait for that.
Yeah.
So moving on, we're back to where we kind of entered in for the first time. Lobby area, I guess. Potential, if we ever do like a Hunt & Co open house, where we'll host like a big meet and then like say what's up and you can like buy something. You leave this door open. There's like all of our cars. There's like 30 cars.
It's right here. Oh, no, there we go.
That's it. I'm right here. Hello. And you're like, hi, can I get a t-shirt? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Here you go. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe one day. So you have that little room. This room pretty much starts the side of Hunt & Co. I think this is gonna be like my design room. I'm a very visual learner, so when it comes to Hunt & Co and planning Hunt & Co, I usually have like a big board and I'm like printing things out and we're like putting things up so I can like see, yo, at the end of Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, here's our like brand identity, here's what we're doing, here's like ETAs on certain product that we're doing. Maybe it's where we do like the photo shoots with the big drop downs, not quite sure. This room's disgusting. It looks like a baby puked in 8 different areas. So
this is probably the worst.
It is. We'll be doing new carpeting in here as well over the next few weeks. I know it looks gross now. This will be one of the offices of Hunt & Co where we do all like the printing out orders and going through all that type of just, I don't know, e-commerce stuff. I don't do it, so don't look at me. I forgot to include this in this video, so I'm filming this right now. We're doing a big moving sale for Hunt & Co. Because we're moving into the new building, we're gonna do a sale on everything that we currently have so it makes our move a little bit easier. It's remaining inventory and we restocked a few different t-shirts and designs that were previously sold out. So head over to the website, click the link down below, or just go over to thehuntcompany.com and you can shop that stuff. Help us out, guys. We're making it as cheap as possible so we don't have to move as much stuff. So be sure to go check it out. Click the links down below. Thank you, enjoy the sale.
Ooh, they can't see that yet.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different offices, 7 different office rooms, maybe 8. I'm dyslexic, so don't don't ask me. I'm gonna take you guys to the warehouse side. The warehouse side was one of my favorite things when I saw this space because I wanted to look for a building that could house 2 separate businesses. The shop side and Hunt & Co.'s packing, fulfillment, order distribution, and they both need a lot of square footage. We've currently been in 2 separate buildings, 2 separate locations. And to find a spot where you could have one freestanding building and have 2 separate warehouses that share office space or whatever kind of configuration you can come up with is really difficult. It took me a long time to find, and this one kind of just fell on my lap, so I got very blessed with that. It just took a lot of patience. And what makes this really unique is that the warehousing space is like an L, and it's divided by separate wings so that we can keep out, you know, cars have fumes and they have dust and they have things that can settle. So you don't want to, I never wanted to have like the Hunt & Co packing side with the cars, because having those two things intermixed, they get dirty. You'd be surprised. Like, you might not see anything, but just running a car inside, or for tuning a car or doing whatever, it gets dirty. So having them separated was a big deal. So we found this place. The warehouse side was so large that it was able to divide and conquer. So it is so cool. There's an echo in here because it's so big. I've never even had anything close that is the size of this. Like, nothing close. Hunt & Co right now is maybe 30% of what this whole entire space is, and then where we have our current shop space is literally maybe 15%. Like, we're talking about, and we've purposely been operating on the smallest square footage possible because I was always looking for this space, and it just took a long time to find it, and here we fucking are. So this is gonna be the Hunt & Co side. Why don't you walk down to where...
All the way to the other end?
It's not all the way.
Okay.
Walk.
Yeah. I'll keep going.
Walk.
Right about...
Keep going.
Right here.
Keep going.
Keep going? Okay.
Keep going a little bit.
Like right here?
Probably a little more.
Oh, okay, a little more.
Okay, like right there.
Oh, like right here.
So everything from the camera's perspective to me, no! So everything on this side is going to be Hunt & Co. And then we even have a little more square footage over here. Oh, can't see me, sorry.
It's so stupid.
On this side. Hey, wait, I'm coming, Twan.
It's the pacer test. The pacer test. Yeah.
Hey, hold up.
Yeah.
Let me,
I got all day.
Let me,
There you are.
let me just, I had to come back because I was so far over there. That's crazy. That's nuts. So that's half of the space. So Twan, why don't you...
Should I turn around, or how do I show
Why don't you come right over here? Why don't you come right over here? Okay, so everything you just saw over there was Hunt & Co. Where we're gonna have all of our rack space. We'll be able to house almost 20 to 30% more inventory, which means drops won't be selling out as quickly, which has been one of the biggest problems with Hunt & Co. People get frustrated, like, I get so frustrated that if I don't get something within the first few hours or first day, it sells out. Well, that's never been me trying to make people angry. It's more so we physically don't have any more space to hold them any more inventory. Like, there's no place to put it. It's not gonna be a problem anymore. This is an interesting topic. Currently, I think in the States, I at least have 20 something cars here. But if you notice on the channel, you only see the cars that are in the shop and the cars that are at home. And you'll notice that in the shop, we have a 4-car, and then we have the M4 stacked on the side. We take out like one of the cars off the list every day to do space. And then I have cars at home, then I have cars parked outside my house under covers, and then I have cars on display at the Magnaflow lobbies. I have other cars in other areas because there's no other places to put them, and I pay little spots to have them stored. Well, I won't need to do that anymore with this space, and that was one of the coolest things about it. I could finally house all of my collection that's here, at least stateside, in the same building, which is like, I don't know, for me that's huge, because I've always had, like, if I wanted to go drive my Mark V right now, I'd have to text Magnaflow and ask if they could open the shop space and have someone come allow me to drive a car out because it's just on display there. Whatever. We now have her. Come over here, Twan.
You want me to turn around?
Get a nice little zoom out.
All right, here we go.
Give a little zoom out. So now, this is 4 or 5 times more space than I've ever had. Ever. I'll show you. Come back here. So, I'll be able to fit, and we already have all the lifts on order from Benpack. Thank you, Benpack, love you. There's currently 4 new 2-post lifts that are gonna go along this wall, and then we're gonna have a 4 to maybe 6 of our stacker here on this wall. And then,
Literally a speck in the distance.
and then I'll be able to fit all my cars in the same place for the first time ever. And to think that this was all just a dream. It's so surreal, it's so crazy. I know I'm being a little goofy right now, but I'm just so excited. Like, this is an absolute dream come true. And this space is gonna look like $1 million, dude. Once we do our improvements, we get some paint on the walls, we get our logos up there. We have the 4-car, 6-car right here. We're gonna have a full fabrication station with TIG welders, MIG welders, pipe benders. We're gonna have 4 lifts, all at a 45-degree slant, so you can put cars in here. We're gonna have a full new lev rack system that's gonna house all of our spare parts and bolts and nuts, and then we're gonna have the tire changer corner, the tire balancer, the compressor. We'll probably have some sort of like big Nitto tire wall in here. And then I'm like, oh man, I have a meeting for Hunt & Co. Sorry guys, I need to drive to our other office. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll just be like, oh, hey guys, I'm just gonna go over here and I'm just gonna walk. And I'm gonna be like, yo, what up? Just had a drop. Let's go. Let's fire it up in here, baby. And sorry, it's dark in here. We don't know how to turn the lights on.
We tried.
We haven't figured it out yet. The lighting in here is atrocious, but we're gonna fix all that. I'm excited. Oh, it's not the outside. So
when you thought it was done.
you thought it was done. Gross, gross. Can't wait to clean all this up. Disgusting. This is really cool. So in the back, we have a ton more space. We're thinking about, I don't know what we're gonna do out here, but the fact that we have a fenced-in lot is really awesome. We're thinking about putting some outdoor equipment here. That could be like a sandblaster, potentially getting another lift, putting it here so you could like drive a car in here and like power wash the underside of it, like for the drift cars that just like go off track or I crash or they, you know, just get tired everywhere. You can come here, power wash all that up, make it look so good. 4 bay doors. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or you can make this a burn yard.
I've only ever had 1. Now we have 4. A burn yard? No. I did see some people that are like, oh, I think Teacher's gonna get Hoonigan's burn yard. They're like in LA. We don't live anywhere near there. That would be cool. But I think DDE might? I don't know. I was reading your guys' comments, but not quite sure. There's a couple weird things in here. Like, they put this fence up to like block this IT wall. I call it an IT wall. That's because I don't know what else to call it. I don't know. It's electronics and stuff. So we're gonna like fix a lot of this stuff and get the lighting good because you know that's really important for the videos. But today we're gonna be focusing on arguably one of the most disgusting places of the whole entire shop, and that is right here behind these walls. We didn't really highlight it too much in the first video, but let's just say this. It's disgusting. The previous tenants didn't do the best job. We have overgrowth, we have sludge and moss on the walls. As you can see, the boys are here today, so this shop finally has some life coming into it. It's really exciting to see everyone here. There's trash on the ground. There's litter everywhere. I think there's a bottle of piss that's left right here. Now, we could hire someone to come and clean all this stuff up, but we thought we'd get our hands dirty, we'd roll up our sleeves, and we would film and document the whole entire space with pressure washers, hedge trimmers, and some good old-fashioned blood, sweat, and tears. But there's one major thing that I discovered that I'm gonna show you guys, and it's pretty bad. You guys wait right here. Oh my God. Now, I discovered this just days after I filmed the last video, but behind the building is the biggest pile of litter I've ever seen.
You want me to?
Yeah, zoom out. Now, at first I thought this was homeless encampment. For this job, we actually hired a professional junk service, and while we're cleaning the whole backside today, they're gonna be cleaning about 100 feet by 20 feet of just trash. So let's get started.
That's not a nitro cold brew, so
Is it piss?
I'm pretty sure it's piss.
Oh, fuck.
Nah.
$1,000.
Nah. Nah. All your bushes are overgrown. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim all the bushes to match the property line. We're gonna take all these leaves that have just been here for probably the life of this building. It will look like this. That's step number 2. We're gonna take a shovel and I'm gonna hard line the back of the dirt, kind of pat it a little bit so it doesn't come over it. Clean off the top of it. So all this will now be shrub-free, leaf-free, edged up, and then we will still have this disgusting ass wall after that. We're gonna spray it with degreaser best we can, and then take the pressure washer and just start making this thing hopefully look like that. We'll see what we can get. It's a good pressure washer, but it's like a hobbyist one. We have a good concrete cleaner degreaser. If we can do all of that one day, I'll be surprised.
You're never satisfied with what you have. Every day's an off day if you don't get your way. Scream more, more, more until your throat gets sore. Jump on the direct express, let's make it right. Don't be a spoiled brat, baby, get out tonight. Oh, get out tonight. Oh yeah, you know what I want.
If it doesn't break, how are we gonna get it off the floor?
I don't know, do you want to just try it now?
Yeah, try it.
Or, yeah, okay, you can do it.
Just go for it.
It's f***ing stuck.
Well, this is great product testing for
That's
whatever
not gonna
brand this
I
work.
is.
think it'll work.
So
Fiskars.
Fiskars. All right, let's see what you got, Fiskars.
That's not gonna work. It did shatter.
I want you to know that this is for you.
Oh, I'm not doing it by myself. I'm gonna blow my back out.
I'm just gonna put it against the wall.
And
Yeah,
kick
you
it.
just throw it and we punch it.
It's so strong. Oh, there's rebar.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we're not gonna shatter that.
Yeah, that's what rebar's. Hey, case in point, that's why you put rebar in concrete.
We've come across a shocking discovery. A discovery that no one ever wants to find when doing this job, but honestly, sometimes you kind of expect it. Human feces. Now, because of YouTube, we have to blur this out, but that's human poop
Yeah.
in this corner. Want me to do the honors?
If you want to, I have no problem doing it, but you know what? Also sounds kind of fun to watch you do it. There it is. Nice, dude. Pretty deep. There's a trash bag right behind you here.
Oh, it smells.
Does it?
Don't, yep, it does smell down there.
Yeah.
Want me to help? Oh.
Wow.
You guys don't understand how heavy that crate was. It's the power of having superhumans, aka Dylan, and the guy who's doing all the junk removal for us. They're big humans. Crazy how much progress we've gotten just in clearing out all of the weeds and shoveling all the crap. Now, moving on to what I'm excited about, hitting it with the pressure washer. So we have a concrete soap that we have in the pressure washer. So we're gonna soak the walls first, let it sit for about 5 minutes. and then hit it with the pressure washer, and hopefully all of this grime, years and years of buildup, falls right off. All right, well, Dylan hops on to pressure washing the wall. Dude, the sludge that we're pushing out of this place is crazy. I'm gonna take this garbage bin that's really heavy already, and there's just a bunch of litter all around the parking lot. Garbage disposal cap. Hey, look at this.
Oh, mega flat.
Kind of flat, but there is a secret basketball court somewhere on our property that I haven't shown you guys yet, so stay tuned, but I think that's how there's a basketball here. Kobe. It's a f***ing laptop.
What?
Whoa. No way, they watch us on YouTube. I quit. I just made a bigger mess for myself. I don't know how our curb got moved, but our curb is moved.
Right here in heave. Heave.
I get it right there.
There we go.
Oh, that's so much better. I hope you guys are enjoying today's video. If you're not, and you're like, I don't get why they're doing this, I have a little analogy for you. This whole entire video, think of it like the NSX. It's old, it's crusty, it's been abused. Hell, in some places, it's been shit on. But with a little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of know-how, you can polish a turd. In a lot of ways, we do that with cars, and it's really cool to do it with something other than a car. We're using a lot of the little just power washing and soaps and just same mantra we use on the NSX and other cars we've done, we're doing it here. And it's really cool to see this place come together. I was just talking with Dylan, I'm like, dude, I can't wait to watch this footage back because this morning, this pad was so much worse and everything was so much worse. And although we're not gonna make it perfect, we're really just trying to make it more appealing so when you guys are watching the videos, it doesn't look like crap. And I think we've done a really good job. There's still a lot more work to do, but over the course of one day, I'm really happy with the results that we got today. I also wanted to mention that if any of you guys watching have some suggestions of what we could fix and clean up from certain areas on the shop that you have seen, leave some comments down below because we're looking for any way to improve this space.
Dude, wow.
Hello. Hi. Dude, wow. You guys go fast. Holy shit.
It looks so different
I
already.
did not expect that to already be done.
Wow. I wish I got your reaction as you walked through the door.
Oh, this was it. This is it. You ready?
Yeah.
Holy shit, it's already black. That's exactly right. So one thing we're doing right now is taking a photo of what these lights look like. I don't even know how that comes out. No, maybe if the border gets moved. I'm sure there's people watching this video who know exactly how to do this and are looking at us like these idiots.
It's not clicking right now.
Well, there's like a tab right there. You see that? Maybe like you move that or something. And do they all have that? They do all have that. That's probably what it is. But as you can see, these lights are on right now. That's out. That's completely out. That one's on, but that lighting is from the 1950s. Like, it's just terrible. So we're gonna be getting new bulbs. Don't break it.
No, I got it.
We're gonna be getting new bulbs for everything. Sweet.
It's gonna go back in.
There we go. Cool. And these ones, they're so dim. They're so bad. It might look good on camera because the iPhone does God's work, but. All right, we're now on Monday morning, and we've had quite a bit of progress throughout the whole entire weekend. Most of the offices have been painted. As you can see, our ceilings are now black, and all of the walls have been touched up. They're clean. They look a million times better, and there's no holes and scuff marks everywhere. This is a really cool view right here. Look at that. Yeah, man, yeah, that looks so cool. The front lobby area got its wall of paint, so that looks really good. Now all of this carpet is all gonna get stripped, which is why it's not covered. So all of this is gonna get taken down or stripped up, and then we're gonna be moving into some of the exterior today because all of the lights. We had a set of lights. I'll show you guys when they get here, but shout out to Glenn, a new recent friend of mine, saw that I was gonna be putting this lights in. He's like, Tej, with all due respect, you don't wanna put those lights in. Let me put you on the right path. And I'll show you guys when we get them that we have the most ultimate lighting setup you could ever imagine coming here. But look at that. All the black walls, everything's slowly coming together. Super hyped. Pitch black right now because all the lighting is stripped out, but hopefully in a day or two, we're gonna be adding, I think it's 42 lights. 42. That's nuts. One current problem we're having is I can't get, the trash guy comes 3 days a week, and he didn't come and take our trash over the weekend, and I think it's because the lids weren't closed. Something was protruding just a little bit, so I just went out there, and this is all the previous tenant. They left a mess for us here. I had to move everything and went dumpster diving in the rain, tried to transfer as much as I could that was recyclable into recyclable, so now hopefully they come and take this like later today because we need to start using these bins because we have a bunch of trash everywhere that needs to go. All right, it's now the next morning. It's like almost 8 a.m. No, it's almost 9 a.m. And Dylan is just seeing the space for the first time, and we are mapping out the floors for the lifts, and we also have the electricians in today. We have more painters here today. Look, from last night, dude, I came in this morning, they finished painting this whole entire wall. Oh my God, I keep tripping over all these studs. And then we finished painting, I say we collectively, like I did it, I didn't do it. And then they finished painting that whole wall black. We'll keep going farther down because there's even more stuff that they did. Look at that whole wall's already black. It's slowly coming together, bro. Slowly coming together. So today, they are going to be starting the offices. We're gonna save the carpet for last, but oh yeah, that's gonna go black as well. But they're gonna be starting patching all of the walls, and they're gonna start painting the roof. After that, we're gonna be adding a little kitchenette system, little kitchenette thing here. We're gonna be demoing that because that's all trash. Slowly becoming a spot. What are you mapping out right now, Dylan?
Lift 1 of 4 2-post lifts.
We had to change it a little bit because there wasn't enough room.
The place is big, don't get me wrong, but it's really easy to fill shit up, especially when you get there and look at it. Especially when you have a lot of things that come off the walls to keep it in. So we have lever racks, we have tire holders, we have lifts, 4-posts, welding station. Everything kind of confines it. So what we have to do is we have to shift the lifts, add a little more angle, a little more offset. We have a lot more room lengthwise. So we're gonna just kind of keep stacking them down and pitch the angle on this one a little bit. This gave us a good visual reference, and I think we can do it.
I don't know if they can see it, but we can see it. There's a 4-car stacker right there.
Yeah, you see if you focus on the little point right there, and imagine a beam going straight up, make 2 walls with it, that's your 4-car. So now you have to drive cars around this post to get on your 4-car.
Oh, dude, there's these little studs everywhere.
I swear to you, I heard it like this way. So our shop now, it's kind of tight. We have to go around it. It works out fine. We have a little more space. So what we're gonna do is give ourselves that space, move it over a little bit, back a little bit. It'll be easier to put the 4-car, our cars on the 4-car, and then we'll have more room to work between the cars.
Yeah,
between the cars.
It's tough. Like figuring out the layout is super important because you get one shot unless you want to spend a lot of money and a lot of time to do it again. But we should have done this sooner, and we didn't. But the lifts don't get here for like a little less than a week. But we need to plan out the lifts right now because the electricians are here and they're gonna be doing drop downs for 220s because all the lifts require that. You know, we can't really drive cars in here right now because there's so many studs. We're too scared to pop a tire. So we're going with the best estimation that we can of how much space everything's gonna take up in the layout. And you can kind of see we had like a little like car layout over there, and a slow process, but we're working on it.
There's like companies that have all the CAD files for all these things, and they'll do like shop layout for you and things like that, but they're super expensive. They're not really time friendly. We have, I don't know, a few days to do this.
Yeah.
So we're just doing the best we can with tape and tape measures. And luckily the companies that come help you install the lifts have done this shit a fuck ton of times. So they really can take a look at what we've laid out for them and be like, oh, this is gonna work. Or hey, we should do a few adjustments here and there.
Yeah, I should have honestly hit up Matt from Obsessed Garage. I've worked with him in the past a lot. I know he's really busy with LZ's project right now, but I know there's gonna be comments, you should have Matt come in there. I wish. I'm taking all the notes that I've learned from Matt and I've watched from his videos, and we're trying to think of everything that he would think of to be as efficient as possible and as organized as possible, because that's what he's really good at, if you guys don't know who he is. But it's a good space. It's a really good space. This is what the electricians have been doing because there's no lights right now. They have a headlamp on. That green is just reflecting off the conduit we added. It's on an LED strip, although it would look pretty cool. But we are adding, what we did add is our conduit for 110, so we can have all of our plugins throughout the whole entire space. And they're putting in the 220 for the corner, for the 4-car, and for the welders. And then we have 220 being ran over here for the compressor. And well, the tire changer and balancer don't need that, but the compressor does. It's gonna look good. So I'm checking in right before they bolt down the lifts for the first time. And I brought my 34 so we can kind of put a car in the bay and just see how the sizing works out. Like to see a car in the space to really kind of get the really good idea. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now with all this. Kind of weird because there's so many poles everywhere, but let me show you. That's pretty sick. So we're really just like making sure that when this thing is pulled into its bay, that there's still a good amount of room towards the wall, because this blue tape line represents where like tools will be, or where like our lev rack system will be. So there's still like 3.5 feet of room, and this is a pretty big car as well. So the fact that this can fit is a pretty good sign that these lifts are at a good distance. There's enough room to move around and drive around, and we shouldn't have any issues with anything else. So that's a good sign. All right, well, starting off in the office section. If you guys remember when we first came here, this place was a mess. Since then, we've painted all of the walls. We've painted the ceiling. We added brand new carpet. This place has seriously been transformed, and it looks so good. One thing that I have to point out is all of the new lighting fixtures. Now, you guys saw a clip in the last video where we were trying to just look at the bulbs, and there was so much feedback from you guys about what to do and how to upgrade it. And I have to give a big shout out to Prime Lights, because Glenn, shout out to you, hooked us up with new office fixtures that have this diffused lighting. It's the small details in this warehouse that are gonna go a long way. And getting rid of those bulbs in this new modern fixture style that fits is amazing. Now, these are their new 2x4 LED office lights. I'm gonna go ahead and link Prime Lights down below in the description, because trust me, they have saved and transformed this warehouse. So shout out to them, because without them, this office would not look nearly as good. In this office, there was no sink, there was no kitchen system, there was nothing. So we actually had this custom kitchenette put in. It's pretty much a new sink, countertops, cupboards, and if you're wondering why there's a 36-inch hole right here, that's for our fridge. The fridge is gonna look like this. I'm not the fridge, but it's gonna look exactly like that. A used turbo from, I think, an old setup we had on Selena. That's what you need in your kitchen, right? Again, Prime office lights doing their job. There's no electricity in these rooms yet, but we've started moving in. This is Anthony's section where all the editing is gonna happen. My office is still a disaster, but we're working on it. You're lucky it's empty. As you guys know, this warehouse is not only gonna house my car collection and all of the shop stuff we're doing, but Hunt & Co. is actually moving into this facility. So this whole section of the shop, which is still a mess, is gonna be where all of the packing and fulfillment and all of your orders are gonna go down and ship out, which is really cool. Walls have been painted. There's a lot of our old fixtures still sitting on the walls. There's still a lot to do, and I wanted to show this video in this state because I wanted you guys to see the progress as we do it, because it's still gross. There's still a lot of work to do, and as you can tell, hello, we have some new lights going in. Now that is one thing I really want to point out, because as you can see over here, terrible lighting. All of this is terrible lighting. For the last who knows how long, the tenants just kept replacing crap lighting with crap lighting, and they had literally like 40 old light fixtures just sitting on top of each other and patching the job. Prime Lights really wanted to take care of us, and not only did they hook us up with the lights inside the office, but they also hooked us up with lighting throughout the whole entire warehouse. The lighting that we have in our old shop location and the lighting in my garage at home are both Prime Lights. Now both of those setups I purchased on my own because I thought the brand was that good, and there's just nothing better than perfect lighting. Try not to get distracted by everything I'm about to show you, but what I want to point out right now is all of these beautiful lights and how perfect the lighting is in here. We really took our time and figured out what would create the best lighting so that when you guys are watching the videos, there was no dark spots, there was no dull spots, it was always the perfect shot. So the lights we have are the Stingray 6 second generation fixtures. We are actually the first people to have this from them, and the original Stingray fixture is the leading market seller. The new ones are 4,000 lumens brighter than the originals. They have better ceiling height clearance. They're leaner, meaner, thicker, and tougher, and they have better flush mount clearance for roll up and garage doors. And the LEDs are 180 lumens per watt, making it the most efficient LED fixture. If you are looking for lighting at home or in your own warehouse, I'm gonna link them down below. This is something I cannot stress enough. So many videos are gonna be filmed in here. I wanted this to be perfect, and we have the perfect solution. Thank you, Prime Lights, we love you. Now moving on to this everything. This is one of those things where I was like, do we show this or do we wait till it's done? And by how much love and support you guys have been giving throughout this whole entire shop moving series, I decided we'd go ahead and throw it in so you guys could see just how rough it really is right now. Now what I want you to try to do is to not focus on all of this mess right now. That will get handled, but what I want you guys to focus on is all of the new Ben packed equipment we have. They have been supporting us since our first shop. That's how far we go back with them. Now we got 4 new 2-post lifts. We really were excited that we could fit more into this location, and this design allows us to fit 4 cars comfortably. And then in the back, we actually have a new type of car storage. Now shout out to Larry Chen, because I saw Larry Chen put this in his house and I was like, yo, I need that. So in our last setup, we had a 4-post 4-car stacker. Now those are great, but what I really like about this new style is that when this lift goes up, there's no post here. Like you'll notice that there's only 3 posts. Typically you have 4. It just allows us to save a little bit more space when we go up. I don't even know how to use this yet.
You just turn the key.
Another benefit to this style lift is that it doesn't require air. Usually these 4-car stackers need air for the channel locks, but this actually just uses 220. So this is what I'm talking about. When you have a car up here, you normally have a post here, but you can sneak a car underneath this lift. And honestly, when you're trying to make use of every inch possible, just not having a post here, which is what this tape line would have represented, just makes our life a little bit easier. I love that. The only drawback to this setup is that it's a little bit skinnier than what we're used to, but I think we're gonna be able to make it work. Now, the thing we're trying to really capitalize on here is organization and making use of all of our space. Now, this being, technically this is our 4th shop space, we've learned a thing or two. And one thing that we're gonna try to do with all these lifts is we're gonna try to stagger tools with our lever rack storage system with tools and repeat that pattern all the way down. So we'll see if we end up keeping that, but right now there's just a litter of things everywhere. There's a lot of organizing that needs to be done. There's a lot of things that need to be built. So let's stop delaying and let's get building. doing the most fun job there is, and that's rebuilding office furniture. There's like 7 or 8 offices in this whole entire building, and we've only ever had one office. Ever one. Building offices sucks. But I guess we can't complain because we're doing this and the boys are doing the...
They're doing the hard work.
Yeah.
We also don't have lights in here right now. That's why this shop might be a little grainy, but we're working with what we have.
Time to build tables.
All right, boys, next up on the list is painting my office. We're rocking with a studio light right now because we don't have, oh my God. Dylan!
What?
You're fucking almost making the roof fall, brother!
Nah, those are some dust.
I don't know about that one. I swear to God, that roof is gonna cave in any second. And we might throw some paint on these walls here, but task number 1 for my office is to paint this wall. Okay, so the first coat is down. I'm gonna see how this looks once it dries. If I need to do a second coat, I will. Any professional painters that were watching me do that, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Hopefully, it dries nice. All right, next up on the list, I have some office furniture to build. I'm not gonna film this, it's pretty boring. So I'm gonna pick up the camera when this is all done, and we should be good to start setting everything up. Little update for you. We have all the furniture built. We have it relatively in its place. I just took the tape off the corners of the walls, and now I think it's time for me to, I guess, final place everything for the most part. I'm still waiting on some artwork and some frames to be delivered, so everything's not going to be 100% done, but I should be able to 80% mock up this whole space. So let's do it. So I realized I never filmed an update clip, but from when that last clip was filmed, which was about 4 or 5 days ago, I basically have everything in place. I still am waiting on a whiteboard and some photos to be printed to go there and there, but we painted both of these walls. TJ has some of his furniture getting delivered today, but I just wanted to film this update clip to show how this space came together because I love it.
Also, during the process of moving everything from the old shop to the new shop, we found a bunch of parts that we don't need anymore, and a lot of it is for sale. I'm not individually gonna point out everything, but if you see anything in this list that you need or in this pile, you can DM Dylan. His Instagram is on the screen. We have NSX parts, R34 GTR, R34 GTT parts. We have BBS wheels for a Porsche. We have BRZ headers, fenders, seat brackets, vertical doors for your BRZ, if you want that. There's a ton of stuff. If you need anything, DM Dylan. We have a bunch of new stuff from Benpack and Ranger. You ordered a lot of this
It's a
stuff.
surprise. I just figured it's stuff that we might need, so why not?
What's a jack pack? Oh, that's kind of tight.
Christmas
That's
is here.
kinda
You're
tight.
welcome. And by you're welcome, I mean thanks, Ben Pat.
Sick.
Dude, it's like a lunchbox.
It is.
My brain, it stopped.
Oh, it's a tracker.
It's like an air tag.
Yeah, we're gonna put this in every single car.
These are always awesome just to kind of keep around. How many times do you go to a car and the battery's dead?
Wait,
Every time. It just happens.
Oh, it's a compressor?
So
is this actually a lunchbox? Like,
charger-
it looks like. Look at that. It feels like one.
Oh, it's all
Jump
insulated. Wow, I think they're like
Compressor port.
double gifting us things. Like,
look.
we got a
Jack
lunchbox.
pack. I kind of like that.
Compressor port, charge port, jump port. Yeah, here's another one.
Yeah.
So one for the trailer, one for the truck.
This is you.
You?
This is you.
Yeah.
This is the guy she tells you not to worry about.
Oh, that was like me.
That's Dylan.
Sorry, bud.
That's me.
Yeah, I think this is 99% of us. And then this is Dylan. It's just ASMR.
Yeah.
ASMR.
All right, we made a little pit stop at the old stomping grounds. If you guys didn't see the Clips channel video where we emptied this place out, a lot of memories here. A lot of good memories. This place was always just like a little placeholder, so it's good to kind of reflect a little bit. A lot of memories, honestly, in this whole entire business park. Our first shop was here, and then our other shop was with Throttle, and then we moved here. You guys have been supporting from the very beginning. Man, shout out to you guys. We're actually coming up. We're gonna do a little special Hunt & Co thing with this. I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. In March will be my 10-year automotive anniversary on YouTube. As you guys know, when I first started doing YouTube, I was doing like paintball videos and stuff. I started doing that like 14 years ago, but like my first automotive car video was in March of 2014. So we have something special coming for March 2024. Man, this journey of 10 years, a lot of growth, a lot of learning, a lot of change. Winner's gonna soon to get this. Get a lot of DMs about that. These cars we're not gonna take back quite yet, but the ones that we can drive, we're gonna bring the M4, we're gonna bring the Veil side, and we're going to bring the Mark IV Supra and start putting them up on our stackers today to create some room. Pretty exciting stuff. I said this in the first video, the entrance is one of the sketchiest parts. It's not that steep, but it's still steep enough to get you in trouble. So we're gonna see if the Supra can make it up.
Take your bets, over under, he scrapes.
I think it can come up, I don't think it can go out.
Oh, it's on the floor! Oh,
It's just a diff. Is that fine?
he's three-wheeling.
Barely made it. It was with the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Do it, Kev.
Yeah.
No, we have to have like Kev do it. See if
Nah,
you
I'm good.
I'm okay. I don't like the responsibility.
I'll
No,
react.
no, you got it.
All right, fine.
All right. I'm just gonna get a front lip check and I'm going to the rear. Oh, you got it all day. All right, let's see this rear. Oh, all day, baby. Zero problem. It's good. I forgot it did that.
That guy's unnecessary. Yeah, it does that.
You weren't even close to hitting.
Damn, that was awesome.
This one might suck.
No, this one should be pretty easy, I think.
I love seeing the. Oh, and just like that, the reflection's gone. Oh, all day. Oh, you're good. Get a little rear check. Keep going. Oh, you're chilling. Chilling. Oh, that looks so cool. Yeah. Got it. Wow.
You're fine in the rear. There you go. Back up a little more. This lift is 87 inches wide and the car's 83. So we have 2.5 inches per side. And then the wing comes off like another 3 inches off the back. He's like, can we go closer to the wall? I was like, no, can't.
After 2 full days of bringing things in and putting it on the wall, I'm really happy with where we're at. I don't know if I said this earlier in the video, but this is all the Hunt & Co side, which we haven't even gotten to yet, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be putting in like a big thing of drywall right here, just so it separates all the shop dirtiness from the Hunt & Co packing side. We don't want your guys' shirts getting dirty while they're sitting here. So when you see this like tire wall here, this is only here because we're gonna put a wall, but I think I'm actually gonna back the wall up and make it flush with this wall, and it gives us just a little bit more of a cubby space because this is only one of the 3 tire racks that we're gonna get. We wanna be able to hold 75 tires on average for just drifting and just throughout the year, and you'd be surprised, we eat through tire, and these Nittos, they're great, but they don't last long when we're making like as much power as we are with the Supras and stuff. All of this is subject to change, but man, it feels good to see everything kind of in its resting place. so many months have gone into this, and to see it get this far with the lighting and the bend pack, and heck, putting cars in here is a pretty cool feeling. Now, I really like this lift a lot, and if anyone's considering a 4-car storage, I really like this because although it's a little bit tighter and it makes it harder to get in and out, I really like not having that big pillar right here. It just, to me, it makes it feel a little bit more open. Although it makes it 8 times as hard to open a door, which actually you can see we didn't even back the cars up all the way. Like this FD could actually go back another 3 feet, but then you wouldn't be able to open the door. So you kind of lose that, but I recommend that a lot. Bend pack, I thank you, I love you. And while these two ladies are here, Calvin just deserts us. Calvin's already gone, but yeah. This is day 2, day 3 of being in the new shop, and boy, it feels good. Have a lot of really cool stuff to show you today. Have a lot of updates to show you guys. One off bat, we're able to fit the trailer in the new shop and tuck it into that little nook. We didn't think that we'd be able to fit the trailer there, and we even talked about it. Right off the beginning, I want to show you all the new cars in the warehouse space, because seeing all this come together and seeing how much space and room we have is extremely exciting. Now, I'll go walk through all of that and give you guys a closer look, but as you can see, the NSX is already back on a lift, and we are trying to get this moving as quickly as possible so we don't have any delay in any of the NSX episodes, because I know we're so close to finishing it. I think right now Dylan is working on the front end. In the last rebuild episode, we started putting on the front bits, the front hood, and we actually noticed the whole entire core support, or the cross bracing, was a little bit bent.
There's more than that.
Is it?
Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Real quick, just super simple. See how flat this is right there? And then see how flat that is right there?
Yeah.
And then all these seams are not separated. Rolled out, bent down, separated. So I'm pulling everything off just so I can kind of give it a little hammer and dolly, little love taps here and there, see what we can get out of it. And then same with this one. This is kind of rolled out versus flat. So I'm just gonna kind of try and massage this back to where it was.
The thing is that it's pretty minimal.
It's tiny little things that only affect the alignment of the headlight and the hood latch.
Yeah, you can see it didn't go past this either, because now that you point that out, you can kind of follow the rest of the seams and see if there's anything that's buckled or isn't completely flush. Yeah. And it looks to be localized pretty much this area, which is, I don't want to say it's good, but it could be a lot worse.
Just a little bit of love. So now that we did that, or we're gonna do that, then we can align the headlight buckets a lot better, align the hood latch a lot better, actually get the bumper to line up, actually get the bumper to bolt up how it's supposed to in these holes, because we'll just pull that out.
And you can see they're kind of walked a little bit.
So once we do that, she'll be titties? She'll be tits. Is that
appropriate?
Taters?
I say it every time. You look like Mr. Krabs without a shell, with no beard.
Boy.
Trying to decide if this should be bay 1 or main bay. If you look at it, right, you have bay 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we don't count the 4-car storage as a bay because that's just storage, not working on it. We're trying to decide where we're gonna film most of our videos. Maybe you guys could have a little input on this. Give us your suggestion. Typically, we had the idea that you could actually flip the car around because these lifts are symmetrical, which means the weight is 50-50, not divided into the first third and the second third, if that makes sense. Which essentially means you could put the car on frontward or backward, and the weight distribution is gonna be over the middle, and it's gonna be the same amount of room no matter what. Because this filming shot looks pretty great. We have a lot of open space here. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll show you bay 4 in just a little bit, but how do we feel about bay 1? It's kind of cool because you can see the rest of the cars.
It's personally my favorite.
In the same, is it?
Yeah. Just because the view that you get from the entire front to the back of the shop is so cool.
It's kind of a vibe. But one thing that we're really, really proud about, I know Dylan spent a lot of time kind of critiquing the exact layout. Although these 4 lifts are pretty, I don't want to say squished together. They might look really tight on camera, but when you're in between both the lifts, there's actually a good amount of walking space. And we were very, very cognizant of making sure that with all the stuff we're gonna have on the walls and the tools, that you'd still have ample amount of room to walk around each car, and that you would have enough space between each cars that, let's say random friends are in town, or like the Connecticut boys are in town, or the Florida boys, or Grant is here, or whatever, and they need a lift and everyone's working on a lift, you'd be able to literally be here on a lift, removing wheels, working on certain sections of the car, and then the person on the next lift could be like over on the same side, and you guys wouldn't be bumping into each other and you wouldn't be crowding each other. The fact that we have that much space and there's that much usability is really cool, and having the cars on the lifts for the first time kind of got to prove our like recipe. And I got to prove our theory, and it works.
Engine hoists too.
Engine hoist, you could easily put an engine hoist in here. And then if you didn't, if the car was extra long, you could just turn the car around, and then you could work like, so like if we're doing like an engine build or an engine swap or something, just turn the thing around and you have all this space. And I don't think we're gonna be putting any storage on this wall, so it's always gonna be empty, it's always gonna be clear, so there's just so much room. Going on to bay number 4, there's no car on it because there's that much room. We haven't filled it yet. Now, I do have quite a few things coming. If you follow my Instagram, I kind of sometimes blow my load a little bit on Instagram. And if you follow my Instagram, you might know what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of stuff coming very, very soon that this will have a nice home for. My biggest happiness thing, I don't know, the coolest thing, this 4-car stacker.
It's a cluster of happiness.
Yeah. Brought me S14 that you guys might be like, oh my God, I forgot you had that. Or TJ, weren't you trying to sell that a while ago? I was, and I backed out. I was only getting rid of it because I didn't have space for it, or I was like trying to sell it. But now that we have the space, I'm kind of like, I'm just gonna keep it. But seeing all these together makes me feel really good. I am gonna bring the M4 home, and I'll probably bring my white FD, so it's just all like a JDM little collection. But seeing all that feels really good. Slowly building out the inside of the whole entire office, and I'm really taking my time because I want it to be super, super special and nice. So this is the front room. It's kind of like the lobby area. So I got all of my trophies and checks and like first place qualifier stuff, and I think we even have, this is an LZ deck that was from first place on the knockout round, which is pretty cool. So having all these trophies up is a really cool thing to see, like right as you enter in. I've had these all just sitting at home in my office, so I brought that stuff. Like I went through my whole entire office at home, and over just the last like 10 years of doing car stuff, I've collected and have stockpiled this a bunch of really cool stuff that either you guys have sent me or I've just collected along the way. So I'm gonna use some of that to decorate all these offices, but I know that we're gonna have like a couch here and like a little, like that coffee table for a couch is like just like a spot to sit. But I'm thinking about bringing my racing sim that I have at home that I never use because my Wi-Fi is so bad. I have Starlink at my house. No, there's no other option that will work in my house. There's not good Wi-Fi. So I don't really drive my sim that often. So I think I'm gonna bring it here and place it in this corner. We'll see if what ends up happening, but I went furniture shopping and got desks and mirrors and all that stuff. You'll see in just a sec. Good update on this room. It doesn't look as naked. This is a couch from like the Hunt & Co office that we brought in here. This is gonna be like the lunchroom. So there'll be a TV mounted here and like a lunch table thing here. We've made a lot of improvement on my office. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is gonna be like a conference room. I'm gonna do a really big wallpaper print of the Mark V Supra drifting. So stay tuned for that, it's gonna come soon. This is Anthony's office, you guys kind of saw that, looks really good. I had to one-up him because he can't have a better office than me. So.
All right, let's see whose is better.
Welcome to my office, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Got some nice furniture, painted some walls, I got a real plant, I got a nice desk, but I brought some stuff from my house that is really cool. Like I have this little like Nismo section that's just like bits and pieces of like, this is an R34 GTR original catalog from 1999, and this a Nismo radiator cap, Nismo S-Tune, spark plugs, oil caps, gas caps. This is really cool. This is a cigarette lighter. Put it in and it's like a little like Nismo turnkey. It's cool stuff if you know, you know. Some gander doors on display, an old set of hockey gloves. One of you guys sent me all of this. These are 1/64 scale R34 Skylines. So this is a Midnight Purple 2 one. This one's really special. I have a Millennium Jade one. I have an active red R-Tune. Ooh, very rare color. And then a couple like cool ones, like this one's really cool, cool livery, and a Hot Wheel from Mad Mike that he gave me and he signed it, so I put that in here. I have a bunch of Hot Wheels and stuff I gotta put in here, but I thought this little collection of Skylines was really rad. One cool thing, I want to show you guys that I think is so cool. When I was like 8 years old, that's when I got really introduced to cars, and that's when I became obsessed with cars. So this is like 2003, 2004, around that timestamp. Back then, there was no YouTube, and when you wanted to go online, there was really no place that I knew of as an 8-year-old where to look at cars. So I used to go to this website called fantasycars.com, and I printed this binder out. And obviously, TJ's awesome cars. It is what it is. And inside, I would print out pictures of cars that I liked. Look at that. Look at the way he's dressed. That is exactly what you would think a Celine Mustang owner would dress like. 997 or 996 GT3 Cup car. And these are just like old photos, and all these are dated. Look at that, 2003. And this is how I would like learn about cars. And on some of these, there's like blog posts that they would like write about. Here's photos of me when I was like 8 years old, going to the exotic dealership in my area and just like taking photos in front of cars. Pretty cool. 996 GT3. Apparently I liked that car a lot back then. I Midnight Purple 2 Skyline. That's crazy. Is that my car? Maybe. This is really special. I've kept it all these years, and it means a lot to me. And this is like literally what ignited my passion for cars. And people are like, how did you start learning about cars? This. So I have that in display in my little cabinet. The best thing about this Ford truck is that there is a horizontal and flat surface in front of the steering wheel, so it makes the absolute perfect vlogging setup. We have a few things to go and do today, and this is just the real life of setting up this shop while everyone else is like tinkering on the cars and trying to get everything back to normal and play catch up over the last week. I am getting everything else set up and getting the logistics of Hunt & Co set up and all of that good stuff. And some of that means moving furniture from our house. So Anthony and I are about to go pick up 2 couches and try to fit them in this truck and bring them back here. I'm also very excited, and I'll show you more when we get to the Hunt & Co side of this video. But Hunt & Co has not made a drop or has not released anything in almost like 2.5 months since the last giveaway. Part of that is because we knew we were doing this transition to the new space, and trying to release more stuff and get orders out on time is just not feasible. But we're going to be releasing a very cool drop, and it is called the Hunt Quarters drop. If you guys have not been watching this channel for more than a few years, when I originally moved into our first shop, it was deemed the Hunt Quarters, and it was kind of just like our little Instagram page, and it kind of just got coined that. And we're bringing that back with this new space because it's ours entirely, and it houses everything, and it is the HQ. It's the Hunt Quarters, and we have a special drop coming for that. Here it is on the screen. I'm so hyped. I want to let you guys know that is going to be dropping February 16th. That's a Friday at 10 a.m. in the morning. I'm letting you guys know now so that if you do want to snag something and support the new move and support the first drop of the year, it's going to be very special. I am hyped on it. Set your calendars. It's cool. It's classy. The building matches on the design. I'm really excited about it. I think it's very cool. We're really trying to spread our wings a little bit more this year, and some of the biggest pieces of feedback we got last year was, we love what you guys are doing, but I want to see more variety. I want to see different style of t-shirts and jackets, and the hoodies and t-shirts and the hats we're doing are great, but different colors, different garments. Oh, is the camera gonna fall? Oh. Is really important. And I'm trying to listen to you guys, and there's a lot of cool stuff coming this year that is different than what you've seen in the past, and it's my goal this year. I'm saying it now. We can clip this, and when it happens, we can go back to it, but the goal this year is to get Hunt & Co in a store. I don't know what store, I don't know where, I don't know how. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but Hunt & Company belongs in a storefront. I'm gonna make that a goal this year. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but remember this clip. It's gonna happen in 2024. First stop, get a couch.
Both legs.
There you go, I got it.
Oh, look at that perfection, brother.
Ford, baby!
Look at this. Look how tight that is. It's like this truck was made for this.
Just being a little goofy. Stop number 2, second couch. Hold it there. Honestly, we could just go like this and just literally like that. Oh, I lost a sandal. All right, so we're thinking one couch is gonna go here. We still gotta move some stuff around. Another couch will go in the Hunt & Co room. Oh, check this out. I've been saving and framing all of the first serial numbers of all the 300 stuff, which is pretty cool.
That's so cool.
I only have like the first 4 cars because then it got like, when we got to like car 6, 7, 8 of different kits, it got too much to like save 001, but I have the FD RX-7, 001, Supra 001, another Supra 001, that's for the stock body kit, Toyota GR86 001. Pretty cool. I'm gonna hang all those up somewhere. And then this is really cool. There's a magazine called Pass Mag, and they did a street hunter spread like a couple years ago, and I just got it framed. Pretty cool. It's like that stuff. Still a work in progress. I feel like I've said that a million times. We got the couch in, hung up a few more things on the wall, added some street hunter stuff. I think I'm decided. We're gonna bring the racing sim right here. I think it's just gonna fill up this room and it's gonna help balance it out. I'm gonna show you this, but Twan, don't get too close because I don't want them to really be able to make anything out.
Yeah.
This is probably the room I'm most excited about. This is the Hunt & Co design room. I came in this morning and put a little bit more effort into it, but I've had this vision to have these big cork boards. These are like corkboard walls that I got. I pretty much have the whole entire year mapped out, and as you can see, we're going into February, March, and you're not supposed to really be able to see this. That's why we're keeping it so far out. I don't want to give everything away, but I'm starting to add all these other ones and place it out so we can get summer and winter and spring all mapped out while there's giveaways being included. And that's something that I've never had before. I've always wanted to do. And I've said this before, I'm gonna say it again, 2024, I'm really gonna focus as much energy as I can into Hunt & Co because I have so much fun doing it. And obviously, I like making stuff that looks cool. And it's also really cool when you guys get it and you know, you're hyped on it. But the design room got some love today. Makes me really happy. This video's been filmed over the past couple days. There has been some progress on the NSX, and I'm hoping that we'll have a dedicated NSX video starting next week. But there's been a lot of progress. In the beginning of the video, we kind of showed you a lot of this frame. Dylan has made everything straight. Everything is crisp and where it's supposed to be. Panels are lined up that were never lined up. He's done an amazing job. One thing that I thought was so funny that I really wanted to show you guys was the radiator. Now, I don't know if it was Ian or Dylan who found this, but I have never seen this before. And again, this just goes to what we were saying. People in the beginning of the series were claiming the NSX wasn't really that bad, and we were fluffing it for videos, and we were like, dude, you guys have something loose in your head if that's what you really believe, because we can't fake how bad this is. I have never seen this before. I'm sure some of you guys have seen this before. When you run your finger across these fins, let me see, I'm gonna turn up the ISO so you can really like get a good glimpse of this. Oh, did you see it flick up?
You're doing it wrong, dude.
The fins don't bend, they just collapse and break off. Wow. Truly one of the worst condition cars we've ever had in here. Now, before we end this video off, I want to show you what Hunt & Co looks like. Again, we're still like a few weeks away from getting everything to be perfect. I say a few weeks away, but we're going to be dropping the new Hunt quarters drop next week. But to be like where I'm super satisfied and for having to be like perfect, we're still a little ways out, but to see this progression feels really good. We've started to add the racks and we're starting to build the layout of what we want to do. It looks like a controlled mess, and that's because it is, but there's just so much stuff that needs to get organized and put back into place, and we've changed the aisle design layout so many times, and we're trying to really maximize the space. I haven't said this in this video yet, but as of yesterday, I got approval from the contractor to build the wall. There's gonna be a big wall right here that's gonna separate both sides. Again, just to make sure it doesn't get too dirty. You know, when you guys order clothes, I don't want you guys to be like, there was a pile of carbon buildup from the rotary that was running and have it go on the shirt and ruin the garment. We obviously don't want that. So we kind of have some stuff spaced out because really the wall's gonna be built right down this faint line and it's gonna run up all the way to there. So we'll switch the lights like that, move them a little bit, and then all these boxes will get pushed up against the wall, give us a little bit of space, allow us to add another rack on all these shelves, and it kind of makes the flow work a little bit easier. So we'll have smalls, mediums, XL, double, triple. I think I missed the size and all of that, but it will all flow and it will all work out very well, which I'm excited about. I think that this will be the last update video with the whole entire shop because, you know, we still have some things coming. We still have the lev rack systems to show up. We still have our compressor to show up. But as far as us really adding new things and filling up the space with cars, we've kind of done it. And it has been a very exhausting 3.5, 4 weeks, but we're here. So thank you guys for watching these videos. I know you guys enjoy them, which is why we keep making them. And this is all I'm gonna say. We have an insane lineup coming this year of cars I've purchased that I think are... Last year we did a bunch of really cool stuff that I feel like is gonna be tough to beat, but this year I think we're gonna push the limit. And kind of what we said last year, the M4 was kind of just the beginning. We're really gonna push ourselves to get into some projects that typically we would deem too difficult or too scary. I'll leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so you get updated every time we upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and keep moving forward. It's been 6 months since we moved into this building, and now it's time to give you guys an updated tour of how it currently sits. Now, I'm sure that over the next years to come, we will make modifications, alter some stuff, but as we currently sit, this is how it's looking. Stuck with pretty much the original design of the front lobby with the seating area and sim room. We ended up putting all of our trophies up here just because it felt like an accurate place to represent all the driving that we've been doing. So this place came out great. In our lunchroom, everyone just ate, so it's a little messy in here. The kitchenette system we added was super clutch. Really happy that I invested the extra to add all this stuff, just to have a microwave, a fridge, and places to put forks and stuff to have. I mean, because we have sometimes up to 10 people working here at one time, so having a place that can fit everyone is definitely awesome. With a little lobby or a little break room section. Guys take naps on here way too much, hence Calvin's body. So this room,
This is funny.
never decided what we wanted to do with it. Originally in this video we talked about adding a conference table right here, but the need for it just still hasn't really presented itself.
You said that you're gonna put the big photo of the Supra drifting and all that. It's coming.
Just wait, it's coming.
It's my tripod room.
This has just turned into the tripod room, the light room of where, because we're always doing these and breaking them down stuff. We're like, we'll just leave them in here.
Check this out. All right. Quick. This wasn't here when you guys saw this last. This wasn't here. Posters weren't there. None of this. All this gear stuff's filled in. The desk is basically the same. This is all different. This was a white wall. This is all of like the Hunco boards and then old desk and light box stuff. It's the coolest office in the building. Sorry to say, but let's see what you got.
Down where the magic happens. We painted this wall. We accented it. I tried to fill this I was gonna say garbage. It's not garbage. I just have so many memorabilia pieces and car things and just
take them through
achievements of just things that we've done. So I just kind of littered it through in here. Kylie Jenner posters. Our first Street Hunter mag. That's a piece of art my dad got me. It's an authentic, Porsche's ad, some things. But my office is pretty plain, but this is where I spend 70% of my day is in here, just planning stuff out, phone calls, Zoom meetings, all that type of stuff. But it's thinking to where the fun stuff happens. So the shop side has been, we have redone it so many times, I feel like we've been trying to figure out the best way to organize it, but I'm pretty happy with where we're at now. We really spent a lot of time trying to figure out the positioning of all the lifts, and we ended up doing the 45-degree stagger, as you guys know, which is still proven to be the best option because we can sneak cars in and out of here while having enough space behind and in front of them, and it left room for us to put the 4-car stacker in this area of the corner, as well as have a bunch of free space for parts, or it's really just
this is the dungeon.
This is all the dungeon of just stuff that needs to go back in cars, stuff that we're gonna put for sale. Pit bikes, RBs, Porsche parts, Porsches, and everything. So worked out really well. And all the lev rack tables that we got too are the lev rack support in this building is really awesome.
Storage up there for all the.
There's every car here has its own racks that house all the spare parts, future parts, anything of that nature. And we have rolling tool carts from Tang in all corners of the shop. So whether we're working on lift 1 through 4, you can always wheel over that tool cart to wherever you're working. So this is a whole Evo 4G63 engine just blown apart, but the table space from all the lev rack and the organizational space from the lev rack is obviously crucial.
We doubled the lev rack
Yeah.
space from the last shop.
Yeah, we ended up getting a second one, which, as you can see, every single one of them is filled up with, everything's categorized from Guire's cleaning to Valvoline products to epoxy products, sprayable products, and
Valvoline.
yeah, this one should be Valvoline. So in the oil section, we have all of our K&N product from just all the race cars that just go through multiple filters a year to things that we have on the shelf to all of our gear oils and motor oils, and we also have spares all up there. And then this last one, if I remember, is just all spare bolts, spare hardware, AN hoses, AN lines, a lot of like radium parts kind of live in here, but it's all like a big organized mess. But hose clamps, fuses, heat shield products, anything, like all lives in here. We've also added the bolts and nuts wall. So any spare
Sick.
piece of hardware you could ever need in any application is all right here. That goes to washers, nuts, bolts, and we even have an assortment of, pan head screw.
Dude, there's
hex
panel
washer,
clips and shit. It's
yeah,
crazy.
body panel clips, fuses, zip ties. If you just actually need threaded rod, everything. Like everything is here. So that again kind of flows over tire machines, more rolling carts. And this section was when we first started was big and open. This is kind of turned into our tire section. So right now we can house about like 45 tires at a time in this spot, which we actually have found we need to add another rack to get about like 60-ish tires.
Now I don't know if we showed it, but that wall, I don't know if we ever filmed it being put up, but there's a wall there now.
Yeah. We added the wall. So
Yeah.
the Honeyco side's
I don't know if they saw that.
Yeah, so this part shelf is kind of where immediate builds. So we're about to start something on the bale side. So there's all a bunch of parts. This is like things to immediately build. Parts sit here. This is for a Corvette that we're about to build. And it all has its own kind of place. So spare Lincoln welders, all that stuff, the gas, all lives in here. And then out in the back, we just got our delivery, so we still have to organize it. But tires, Sunoco fuel, Nitto tires, and parts to be listed to be for sale. This is kind of like a graveyard of stuff. So a lot of things. The spatial difference that we've gotten versus our last spot is like 20x. Like I don't know how we would ever be able to size back down now that we have the space. Like we've used every area. A wild Chian. Chian's always just somewhere in the back. So moving on to our other side, I'm not going to go into the girls' office, but on the Hunt & Co side, this is our design room. We'll go over designs, go over blank samples, kind of map out the whole entire year. All of that is
I might have just leaked it.
Don't leak it. Don't leak it. And as we come to this side, this is where Hunt & Co lives. So we're currently in a giveaway right now for the BRZ. So it's just all hands on deck. We're shipping and packing hundreds and hundreds of orders a day, all going out for you guys. So all of our apparel and all of our stuff lives on these shelves. So we have big roller carts. We'll fill up like at least 2 of these a day. And then we'll fill these up, put them outside, schedule the PO or schedule USPS to pick it up. And the orders go out to you guys. So this is all like more car ramps that we're gonna be like shelving, and then it all comes in, gets organized, and then over here is like things to be fulfilled still. So we'll pre-make our boxes, try to get as quick as shipping as possible. Watch, let me give a little shout out here. Don't read the name. Don't read the name. But we have Jackson Farrar from MS. What's MS?
Minnesota,
Minnesota?
I think.
Dude, got a Carly Mono sweatshirt, Carly Mono tee.
Carly Mono.
Sorry.
Wow.
Monte Carlo.
Wow.
Sweatshirt, Monte Carlo tee, seeing double tee, Monte Carlo sticker, seeing double sticker, BRZ mouse pad, BRZ jet tag, and a Monte Carlo poster. Jackson, shout out you. So we're working busy every single day to get all these out as you guys as soon as possible. That's a big tour, but man, it's a lot. The amount of effort it goes in to make this possible is a massive team effort, and without everyone playing their valued part, none of this would work, like at all. So gotta give a big shout out to really the team, because this space is only worth it for us when we have the team operating as efficiently as possible. And when I first started, we bought this a little like 1,800 square foot rectangle shop with one office. Never with the envision to be this large, but it's like as we've grown, we've been able to find different ways to capitalize in this industry and make a business out of it, and it's turned into something it was never intended to be. So obviously these guys all out here, Tuan behind the camera, but without these guys, this building wouldn't even need to exist. So it's a major team effort, and yeah, hope you guys watching this, maybe watch this whole thing. The one takeaway would be that none of this came overnight. This is after 10 years of doing this, and we finally found a need to get into a building of this size, which is obviously a dream, I think, for a lot of us to have our own shop and all this type of stuff, but wouldn't be possible without everyone doing the work with me. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you boys in the next clip.